Billy Joel fans, welcome to the channel. My name is Sohum and I'm on a mission to spread peace, love, and positivity through music. Today I'll be doing a triple reaction. We're going to be listening and reacting to the songs Vienna, We Didn't Start the Fire, and Goodnight Saigon. Vienna, it's in Austria, right? It sounds like one of those songs that I really should know, and when I hear it, I'll probably recognize parts of it because I have heard this name thrown around in many musical circles. I don't think I've ever gotten around to specifically listening to it though, so excited to hear this song. Then We Didn't Start the Fire. I want to say the melody goes like da 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 da. And the reason I know that is not because I've heard the song before, it's because I have heard a College Humor cover, or I guess reimagination of the song in a comedic way back in the day. I'm talking like 2008 or something like that. So old school College Humor days. And then lastly, we're going to check out Goodnight Saigon, which, if my geography serves, Saigon is in Vietnam. Given the propensity for American singers to sing about Vietnam as it relates to the Vietnam War, I expect it to kind of follow suit there, but either way, I'm excited to check this out today. Before we do jump in though, a massive thank you goes to Tyler the Fearless, whose generous support made this reaction possible. Thank you, Tyler. So let's jump in, and unfortunately we're not going to be able to watch the actual music videos because YouTube tends to block all of them, so just letting you know. There's so much melody caked in that already.
Slow down, you crazy child. You're so ambitious for a juvenile. But then if you're so smart, tell me, why are you still so afraid?
I must have heard this song somewhere, or at least parts of it, because this melody, da 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 da, it's somewhere in my brain. I'm like unlocking a memory right now.
Why are you still so afraid? Where's the fire? What's the hurry about? You better cool it off before you burn it out. You got so much to do and only so many hours in a day. Hey, but you know that when the truth is told, that you can get what you want or you can just get old. You're gonna kick off before you even get halfway through. Ooh, when will you realize Vienna waits for you?
Da, 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 da. Beautiful melody.
Slow down, you're doing fine. You can't be everything you wanna be before your time. Although it's so romantic on the borderline tonight.
There's something so joyful about this song, and I think it appears in the bounce of the rhythm, definitely in Billy's voice. I said this before, but he has a very youthful and clear voice. Something about it just gives me a lot of positive energy. I like it.
Tonight. Too bad, but it's the life you lead. You're so ahead of yourself that you forgot what you need. Though you could see when you're wrong, you know you can't always see when you're right. You're right. You got your passion, you got your pride, but don't you know that only fools are satisfied? Dream on, but don't imagine they'll all come true.
Only fools are satisfied.
When will you realize?
I love that lyric.
Vienna waits for you.
Immediately, I'm in Italy or Vienna.
Slow down, you crazy child, and take the phone off the hook and disappear for a while. It's that you can get what you want, or you can just get old. You're gonna kick off before you even get halfway through. Ooh, why
it's so
don't
catchy.
you realize Vienna waits for you? When will you realize Vienna waits for you?
This, like, what can I even say? This song feels like an absolute classic that I'm only just now listening to. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Why does it feel like that melody is so recognizable yet unique? I don't think I've ever heard that melody before. That is like its own signature, right? I don't know, because I like listen to a lot of music. I listen to a lot of melodies, and granted, my memory isn't perfect in memorizing every single last one. And there are so many modifications and deviations and alterations and keys, and the madness with music never stops. But somehow, some way, this song feels entirely unique. It definitely fits in the realm of Billy Joel and what I've heard from Billy Joel on this channel so far. But it's still like leagues apart from a lot of, I guess you would qualify this as like pop music. Really love that piano melody, especially in the beginning. And then we get that accordion sound. I think it is the accordion taking us through that bridge. It feels romantic again. It has this nice sway to it. And that crystal clear voice from Billy. I continue to be impressed by Billy. I have not heard a bad song from him yet. I don't expect to. I'm sure you don't expect me to either. So let's keep going. The next one is We Didn't Start the Fire, which I actually want to just quickly see if I can find the College Humor We Didn't Start the... is it We Didn't Start the Flame War? Is it this one? I think it might be this one. I'm not going to play it just in case copyright's a thing, but this was the original I heard, okay, back in 2009, so I was 1 year off. I said 2008. Let's check it out. We Didn't Start the Fire. Yeah, this melody I heard in that College Humor video.
Harry Truman, Doris Day, Red China, Johnny Ray, South Pacific, Walter Winchell, Joe DiMaggio, Joe McCarthy, Richard Nixon, Studebaker, Television, North Korea, South Korea.
I'm gonna need the lyrics for this one. Give me a second. Billy Joel, We Didn't Start the Fire. Lyrics. Oh yeah, these lyrics are gonna help me out here. Okay, let's restart this one.
Harry Truman, Doris Day, Red China, Johnny Ray, South Pacific, Walter Winchell, Joe DiMaggio, Joe McCarthy, Richard Nixon, Studebaker, Television, North Korea, South Korea, Marilyn Monroe.
Okay, how many of these do I know? Harry Truman. Okay, and maybe Joe McCarthy from McCarthyism, Richard Nixon, Television. I know the Koreas, Marilyn Monroe. So this is like what was happening at the time. And when did this song come out? Release date 1989. Okay. Makes sense.
North Korea, South Korea, Marilyn Monroe.
That is an infinitely catchy chorus. That melody is unmistakable. And again, it is another Billy Joel melody that seems to just stand alone. I don't think I've heard another melody quite like this one. How does he come up with so many unique ones that are catchy and people world-renowned love? I need a little bit of his genius. A little bit, please. And it makes so much sense. We didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning. Every generation has its problems and introduces new ones, but tries to solve the problems of the previous generation. And sometimes there's like this back and forth tension in the current period, the present time. But in retrospect, we can understand why the decisions happened the way they did, what were the outcomes, the consequences. But it seems to be the invariable truth that there's always chaos in the world at one time or another. You could probably infinitely regress it and find no periods of time where there was true unadulterated peace. It's always been on fire.
Joseph Stalin, Alan Cobb, Nasser and Prokofiev, Rockefeller, Campanella, Communist Bloc, Roy Cohn, one for all, Toscanini, Dacron, Gen, Fu Falls, rock around the clock. Einstein, James Dean, Brooklyn's got a winning team, Davy Crockett, Peter Pan, Elvis Presley, Disneyland, Bardo, Budapest, Alabama, Khrushchev, Princess Grace, Peyton Place, trouble in the Suez. We didn't start the fire. Always burning since the world's been turning. We didn't start the fire, but we didn't light it, but we tried to fight it. Little Rock, Pasternak, Mickey Mantle, Kerouac, Sputnik, Show and Hybrid on the River Kwai, Lebanon, Charleston Gold, California baseball, stock weather, homicide, children of the little mite. Buddy Holly, Ben Hur, Space Monkey Mafia. Castro, Edsel a no-go. U2, Simon Reed, Paola and Kennedy, Chucky Chaka, Psycho, Belgians and the Congo. We didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning. We didn't start the fire. No, we didn't light it, but we tried to fight it. Hemingway, Eichmann.
I'm just highlighting the topics, the subjects, the pronouns that I know, because it's just seemingly like a recounting of all of the craziness in the present and recent past. I don't know if he gets into predictions of the future because my knowledge of the years as it relates to a lot of like historical events and figures isn't the best, but it seems to be all in the present and a little bit in the recent past when the song was released in 1989. And it's so very different from Vienna, isn't it? Like, this is worlds apart from that song, yet I still hear the voice of Billy Joel when he gets up there. It's a lot of energy. I can imagine an entire arena singing this one, just dancing on their feet.
We didn't start the fire, no, we didn't light it, but we tried to fight it. Hemingway, Eichmann, stranger in a strange land, Dylan, Berlin, Bay of Pigs invasion, Lawrence of Arabia, British Beatlemania, Ole Miss, John Glenn, Liston Beats, Patterson, Pope Paul, Malcolm X, British politician, sex, JFK, blown away. What else do I have to say? We didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning.
So it is like in the present and, past, because JFK was assassinated in the 60s, not in the 80s. Things have always been happening.
We didn't start the fire. No, we didn't light it, but we tried to fight it. But control, Ho Chi Minh, Richard Nixon, back again, moonshot, Woodstock, Watergate, punk rock, Bacon, Reagan, Palestine, terror on the airline, Ayatollahs in Iran, Russians in Afghanistan, Wheel of Fortune, Sally Ride, heavy metal, suicide, foreign debts, homeless vets, AIDS, crack, Bernie gets hypodermics on the shore, China's on the
That is immensely high energy, just fast paced. I'm glad I pulled up the lyrics for this one because I was not going to grab all of that in my first listen. This is maybe a crazy thought, but like, doesn't it feel possible, especially at this part here, it will still burn on and on and on and on and on. That part melodically feels like it could transition so easily into a mashup with Don't Stop Believing by Journey. They just somehow have that bright energy, and I honestly want to say that they're in a similar key, because the way I'm remembering Don't Stop Believing now, it feels like it is in a very, very similar key. Even if it wasn't, you just quickly transpose it and then blend those sections together, because there is a consistency in the tempo and energy, and both songs are super, super singable. Just arenas full of people going wild. The part that is singable is the chorus here. I feel like doing all of these little blurbs would be hard to memorize. You'd have to basically have the memory of like a rapper. Yeah, a lot of these references I have at least heard of. Most of, like, I think like the other half though are just completely unknown to me. Like Joseph Stalin, like I knew this whole line here. I felt good about that. Rockefeller, but then lost that. Communist bloc, know that. This is the kind of song that you could probably get away with showing your history teacher, and the teacher saying like, oh yeah, this is a great piece of art to reference and to potentially use as a reference sheet for all of the things that happened historically. Kind of like when you have those like mnemonics, those song mnemonics for like all of the 50 states in the United States. I don't know it, so I'm not even going to attempt it. Yeah, really high energy song, fun one indeed, and just more awesomeness from Billy Joel. Again, a different vibe entirely from what we just heard in Vienna. I guess that's par for the course when it comes to Billy. I hope y'all are enjoying the reaction so far. We still have one more song to check out, Goodnight Saigon. But before we do jump into that, if you're enjoying the reaction and would like to request one yourself, you can do so by hitting the link in the description box below. That is the best way to support my channel. Now let's listen to Goodnight Saigon. I hear crickets. This after We Didn't Start the Fire is a hilarious juxtaposition. Sounds like a helicopter. Got a shaker. It's like a digital helicopter somehow.
We met as soulmates on Paris Island. We left as inmates from an asylum. And we were sharp as knives.
It's like a campfire song
We
here.
were so gung-ho to lay down our lives. We came in spastic like tameless horses. We left in plastic
I like this.
as numbered corpses. And we learned fast to travel light.
Yeah, definitely about the Vietnam War, coming back in numbered corpses. We don't even have the IDs. The dog tags were unrecoverable, and all we have is a number. It's absolutely tragic. The shaker is so intriguing here. A great choice.
No home front. We had no soft soap. They sent us Playboy. They gave us Bob Hope. We dug in deep and shot on sight and prayed to Jesus Christ with all of our might. We had no cameras to shoot the landscape.
I love the pickup here.
The hash pipe and played our Doors tapes. And it was dark, so dark at night. And we held on to each other like brother to brother. We promised our mothers we'd write, and we would all go down together. We said we'd all go down together.
Oh, the camaraderie.
All go down together.
As a plume of sound. Then just dissipates back into this shaker and piano.
Remember Charlie.
Wow.
Remember Bacon.
Oh, what beautiful dynamics in the song from section to section to section to section. I I don't know what to expect with Billy, but every time he just delivers. Love the movement in this narratively, emotionally, when all of the men are just singing together in unison there. There's something powerful in that. I'm a big fan.
Remember Charlie. Remember Bacon. They left their childhood on every acre.
Alpha Bravo Charlie.
And who was wrong? And who was right? It didn't matter in the thick of the fight.
Oh, it keeps climbing.
We held the day
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
in the palm
Doo-doo-doo.
of our hands. They
Like haunting.
ruled the night, and the night seemed to last as long as 6 weeks on Paris Island. We held the coastline, they held the highlands, and they were sharp as knives. They heard the hum of our motors. They counted the rotors and waited for us to arrive. And we would all go down together. We said we'd all go down together. Yes, we would all go down together.
Oh, it's a staircase up, but then it reverts back. This is such an amazing song. Snares in the back. Chopper taking us away. Oh, just end where we began. Wow. This Billy Joel rabbit hole is delivering in a way that I was unprepared for. I'm so happy about it. And even today, I just feel like a new level has been unlocked in my brain. Each of these songs were so different from one another, but uniquely catchy, and the sticking power they each have. It's like, imagine like all of the possible human emotions that an artist tries to evoke within a listener. And in the first song, Vienna, my words are escaping me now. In Vienna, you have like 1/3 of the emotional human pie accounted for. And then another 1/3 is accounted for with We Didn't Start the Fire. And the last third accounted for in Goodnight Saigon. I love that all of these songs had different emotional resonances. It feels very cohesive as a collective, and individually each song does exactly what it sets out to do. Oh, my camera does not set out what it's intended to do. I am a big fan of music like this. It taps on something deeper, despite it sounding very accessible to the most people. I feel like this is pop music with like hints of big rock and like almost like operatic rock moments. But it's also digestible for, I would say, most listeners. A lot of like complex music you hear, let's say take progressive music as an example. I love progressive music, I love metal, I love all of the genres that are out there really. But sometimes they can be more complex, and for a naive listener or somebody who just wants the simplicity in song structure but for the melodies to stay with them, Billy Joel is perfect for that. This is a really fun one today. I'm thinking of honestly like learning some Billy Joel songs, at least on piano, because I even mentioned this in a previous Billy Joel reaction, but I think his piano work is superb, immeasurably talented, and I'm sure the way that he writes his piano helped him write some of his vocal melodies, because that's one of the things that I'm biased towards. I love a good vocal melody. A great vocal melody draws me into so many songs that would otherwise in my mind be not listenable, or at least not something I would repeat over and over again. But Billy repeatedly comes up with these super catchy hooks and melodies. It's definitely worth diving into him more. So if you guys are curious and would like to hear more of my reactions to Billy Joel, you can click the link again in the description box below, send a request my way. I'd be more than happy to check them out. But yeah, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed the reaction, my friends. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.